With that said, we'll move on to our next one here, which is Idaho lawmakers target AI-generated explicit images with new bill. This comes with the East Idaho News by Rhett Nelson. As of the 2024 Idaho legislation session commences, a bipartisan effort is underway to address the growing concerns of sexually explicit AI-generated images, commonly known as deepfakes, spearheaded by Representative Bruce Skog, a Republican from Nampa, alongside Senator Kevin Cook, a Republican representative from Idaho Falls, and Representative Julie Young, a Republican representative from Blackfoot. The proposed legislation seeks to criminalize the creation and distribution of these images for both adults and children. Skog, who has encountered numerous disturbing sex abuse cases in his legal career, recognizes the urge needed to update existing pornography laws to encompass the latest technological advancements. The ease of producing AI-generated images poses a heightened risk of exploitation, and currently only 4 states have enacted laws against superimposing someone's likeness onto explicit content without consent. The primary focus of the bill is the protection of children. Idaho Falls Police Detective Jared Mendenhall, part of the state's Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, confirms the active investigation of cases involving minors and AI technology. The sophistication of deepfake technology now challenges the ability to discern real images from fabricated ones, leaving a gap in law enforcement's capacity to pursue these cases effectively. Skog's bill, which is still in the drafting stages, aims to eliminate the defense that AI-generated pornography images are not real children, thereby criminalizing such content. With support from fellow lawmakers and insight from law enforcement and legislative efforts in other states, Skog is determined to push the bill forward, emphasizing the government's role in curbing societal evils. The timeline for the bill's advancement remains uncertain, but the resolve to see it enacted is clear. Which, this is something I know with the content that I've been hearing and reports and different stuff has been talking about, and it's kind of been in the buzz. I know here in Idaho, we haven't heard as much about that I've seen in like the news cycle and stuff. I personally think this is a good thing. I could hear some on more the libertarian side being like, this is bad. The state's trying to get super involved in content and moderating it and what you do or don't do with it. But I think we really have to go back to basics on what the concept, of explicit crimes or pornography, right? One, we don't want that to be in the hands of minor, which is a different issue. At least let's make the argument that only adults should be seeing that type of content. And then also, secondly, with this, trying to say that with sexual crimes, it is sometimes a physical thing, but a lot of the times it is more a mental thing, that you are violating a person's emotional, their character, their stature. And stuff like this comes to the forefront of that. And it'll be interesting to see how people grapple with the morality and the different, doctrine and theology that is behind a type of bill like this.
As technology changes, we need to change the way that we define some things. And I can understand there being a desire for freedom and expression. And that is a conversation that needs to be had. Someone does need to be pushing back on a lot of things. And there should be someone playing devil's advocate at the very least, if not actually believing that things should be legal. But when we start talking about exploitation, when you talk about child pornography or using AI-generated images based on someone else of that, man, things get really weird really fast, and it's not good, I don't think. So I applaud our legislatures for moving forward with this. Where it ends up, I don't know, but I agree that like I said, as technology changes, we need to change the way that we look at certain things.
Right. That with politics, part of doing good politics, I would argue, is that we're taking eternal principles of right, wrong, justice, right? And we're applying those to ever-changing circumstances that, technology is always going to be advancing. Media is always going to be changing and developing, right, into different ways and forms that, 50, 60 years down the road, I'm not going to be being able to imagine, right? But that we take these eternal principles of what we consider wrong and right, and then we try our best to then apply them. As for the wordage they're going to use in this, it will be interesting to see, like you said, the way that they're going to apply this. But I do think this is a step in the right direction, and it needs to happen sooner rather than later to at least have this discussion, let alone the bill getting passed.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that.